What's up, it's Jake. I'm here, you're there, and today I'm going to tell you 7 mistakes that I made so that you can hear them, learn from them, and not have to go through them yourself. Some of these might seem small, and you might say that doesn't matter, but
I care.
I care about what I do, I care about how I act, and I care about what I look like to other people. Some of these are mistakes in business, some of them are mistakes in my personal life, but everything is really personal, and you're always trying to sell yourself, so everything's a business. If that doesn't make sense, it might not make sense, but I think it does. You can apply all of these to yourself, even if you don't have a business. This one wrecked me for a long time. I was in New Smyrna, and I was fishing, and I met this guy, and he was like partying, and he was pretty drunk, but he invited me to this tournament weigh-in the next day with all the best guides in New Smyrna. I'm a custom fishing rod builder. That's my business. And he invited me to this exclusive weigh-in at like one of the best guides. It sounded like the best guy's house, like this crazy house, and there was a band. I was so stoked, but I was so nervous. I'm like, what if this guy doesn't even remember he was drinking last night? What if I'm really not invited? I don't know. I don't want to be like the first one there. He told me to get there like 2:45. I asked someone, and they're like, you don't want to be the first one there. Just get there like 15 or 45 minutes later. I was like, okay, it's 2:45, I'm not there. I literally drive by the house, and I don't see the guy's truck from last night, so I get scared. I'm like, oh, he's probably not there. I'm gonna look so weird just walking in. They're not gonna know me. I don't know anybody. I get a call from him like 15 minutes later. He's like, hey, are you here? And I was like, oh, no, I'm on the way. But I was literally right around the corner. And he was like, just don't bother coming. It's probably too late. You could tell. He was like, dang, bro, I extended the opportunity to let this kid come, and he didn't show up. But what I'm thinking is he was probably telling people, like, I'm bringing this kid, and I just didn't show up. I made such a good impression on the guy the night before. He's a multi-millionaire with giant sail fishing boats, and I took him trespassing fishing. Then he invited me to this exclusive party the next day, and I didn't show up. You know how stupid I felt? Bro, now every single person at that party that he told has a bad taste in their mouth about Jake Hutchison, and they've never met Jake Hutchison a day in their life. I should have been the first one there, meeting everybody, shaking their hand, saying, hi, I'm Jake Hutchison, great to meet you, pleasure. But I didn't, and now look at me, making YouTube videos. And that could have led to so many cool people I met, and it could have led to nothing. But now, for the rest of my life, I'm like, wow, what if? If I went there and got embarrassed, they're like, who is this kid? At least I would have known that I tried, and I wouldn't feel like this now, how I feel now. Next one, at a breakfast I was at one time. Everyone was at tables with their friends, and there was one kid who was in the special needs class. He was at a giant table all by himself. The whole time, all I could think was, let me get up, tell my friends, yo, get up with me, let's go sit with this kid, like he's all alone. But I didn't. I just sat there the whole time thinking, let's go sit with him, or I'm gonna go sit with him because that's sad. I don't want him to just sit alone. He might not ever remember that, but I remember that like once a week. If you see something that needs to be fixed, or that's wrong, or that you think should be corrected, just do it. Don't overthink it. Some of the biggest regrets I have in my life would have been so easy to just do. I just overthink it and got scared or whatever. It's hard, but it's simple. The next one, number 3, is not answering people. Sometimes I do not like what I'm doing in my business or life, or I have a lot on my mind. I just don't answer, and that's bad because they just keep texting me and calling. And a couple days ago, I was at my job, and I asked a guy, how's this deal going? And he said, the guys just stopped answering me. I messaged them 3 times. I was trying to buy their product, put money in their pocket, and put their product into my store. And they just stopped answering me. He said, I'd rather them tell me to f myself than to just stop answering and ignore me. And that stuck with me. From then on, I'm like, wow, I can't just not answer people. That's not right. If you, for some reason, don't have the capacity to answer them at the moment, text them or put an automatic thing on your phone where it texts every new text to say, I'll get back to you in a couple days. I can't talk right now. Just don't completely ignore them. I do it all the time to people that I should not be doing it to. I don't want to ever do it again. Next one, this is a big one. I say things that I think other people would say. What I mean by that is I would never say that, but I think it's like funny because other people say it, or I think it's something other people would say, so I say it, and then it leaves a bad taste in my mouth that I said it, and probably a bad taste in the person's mouth I said it to. I don't say stuff like that. I have 2 examples of that. The first one, I had a really good customer for custom rods and repairs, and he saw a missing cat flyer down the street from me. Mind you, I love cats. I have some cats. He said, have you seen this cat? And the lady down the street said it was missing. There's a reward. That's sick. I'm gonna go find it and get paid. He said something else about it. I said something else about the reward. I would freak out if my cat got lost, but I was just making jokes about the reward money, which doesn't matter. You want to help people get their stuff back. And especially if it's an animal. He texted me later, sent me a link to the cat thing. I said something dumb again. I've never heard from him again. He talks to my friend all the time who I introduced him to, but I've never heard from him again. Another example, I was at a job and I was asked to do something and kind of like was not in my job description. I made a joke like, haha, I make $40 to $75 an hour doing the same thing on my own. The guy said, all right, go do it on your own then. Bye. I was like, oh snap. Why did I just say that? He's right. That was just a dumb thing to say. Don't say stuff like that. I don't know if that counts for this category or whatever, number, but just don't do stupid stuff like that. Like just say no or yes. Like that's your boss. Don't do that. Those are just a few of the mistakes that I remember right now. I'm sure I'll make more mistakes in the future too because I'm going to uncharted territory. Some of the things I'm doing, I don't have a guide for. If you have any that you think would be valuable for people to hear, let me know. Call me. If you don't want people to know that it's you that made the mistake, but you think people should hear it, I'll say it for you anonymously. Hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes. Those might not seem major to you, but they are major. Everything matters. You never know what could have happened. Every day try to be better, try to not make the same mistake twice. Text people back, be on time, be polite, do the right thing. If you see something that's wrong or that should be righted, do it. Do not think 1 second further. Do it immediately and you'll be rewarded. Or you won't, but you know you did the right thing. Say things and do things you would do. Do not act out of character. Do not speak out of character because it's funny or because you think it'll appeal to them. It won't. It's just going to make you look dumb. So this video might have been pretty serious. I don't know. But it's serious. It matters. I made these mistakes and they'll eat at me forever. So I want you guys to know what they were and what happened so you don't have to go through these same ones. Chances are these situations will not happen to you in your lifetime. You probably will be confronted with a similar situation at some point. So just keep this in the back of your head. You might never use any of them. You might use one in 10 years or you might use one tomorrow. I don't know. Like this video and subscribe if it helped you. Thank you for watching and thank you.